All right, students, sorry I'm a little late on the videos. Number 5, let's begin with that one. I'm going to label first x, y, and then I'm going to make my table over here of x, y, and I'm going to put in my points. Okay, next I am going to find the slope of the line. So I'm going to write my formula. One second, here it is. Okay, so it's going to be change in y over change in x. So from 2 to negative 4. If you can't figure it out on your own from 2 to negative 4, then you enter in the calculator, negative 4 minus 2. And then it'll give you negative 6. So the change in y is negative 6. Change in x from negative 2 to negative 5 is minus 3. If you can't figure it out, then on the calculator you enter negative 5 minus negative 2, and it should give you negative 3. So this should be negative 3. Now I'm going to simplify my slope. Negative 6 over negative 3, that's positive 2. Once I have my slope, I will plug it in here and put a parentheses next to it. Okay, so after that, I am plugging in the x values in there. So the negative 2 and the negative 5. And then I'll test it out. Negative 2 times negative 2 gives me negative 4. And then I say, how do I get from negative 4 to positive 2? Well, I'm going to have to add 6. And if you can't get that add 6, then you enter in the calculator 2 minus negative 4, and it should give you plus 6. Test out the other one. 2 times negative 5 gives you negative 10. And so negative 10 also plus 6 gives me negative 4. My equation would be y equals, and then you'll notice your equation will look just like your process table. Okay, but instead of plugging in your x value, you're going to write x. Okay, so 2 as the slope, and then instead of this, you write x. That's the x value. For any x value that you put in, this will work. And then you add 6, which is your y-intercept. So that looks like that. So this was your equation for number 5. For number 6, I'm going to do the same process. The first thing I'm going to do is label my points x, y, x, y. Okay, and then I'm going to build my process table, x, y, and plug in my points 5, 3, and 4, 5. Next, I am going to write my slope formula. Change in y over change in x. From the y's, here are my y's. Y's are on the top. What is the change that happened between 3 and 5? Well, I added 2. So my change in y is 2. Change in x. Now the x's are over here. What is the change that happened between 5 and 4? Well, I subtracted 1. So then that is my change in x. From here, 2 over 1, anytime a 1 is underneath in the denominator, that means that this is a whole number. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. There's only one negative. It doesn't have a pair. It's by itself, all lonely. That means this is going to be a negative 2. This is my slope. Okay, the slope I'm going to plug in here. Negative 2, and put the parentheses. Inside the parentheses, I'm going to plug in the x value. So the 5 and the 4. And then I'm going to test it out. Negative 2 times 5 gives me negative 10. How do I get from negative 10 to positive 3? Well, I have to add 13. If you can't think of it this way, then you enter in the calculator where you want to be, 3, minus where you are right now, negative 10. So 3 minus negative 10 gives you the plus 13 you need. Over here, we test it out, negative 8, and negative 8 plus 13 does give you 5. So again, your equation is exactly like your process. Y equals, right, this y column equals your slope of negative 2 times the x value for any x plus 13. And that is your equation.